Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Kova here, and welcome back to some more transfer news. I'm going to try and get these videos up at 6 p.m. UK time. That is the new target for me. I feel like the videos have been going like crazy in terms of when they're uploaded. Obviously, that is part down to me having the worst internet in history. However, it is also, a few times I've got in late and stuff like that from work. So I'm going to try and get them up for 6 p.m. in future, just so you guys knew. So if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to get daily transfer videos every single day. And also, while you're there, follow my Twitter. I'm going to be more active on there. That will be in the description. So, let's just kick it off anyway. We're going to start off with Martin's Indy. He's getting linked with a move to Everton yet again. Obviously, a lot of rumours are going to be going to Everton. Like centre-backs now, because obviously they're expecting Stones to leave the club, and I think Martin's Indy, out of like all of them, is probably the best centre-back for me. He has obviously got experience playing in Dutch football, experience playing in Portuguese football with Porto now, and obviously experience playing in European competitions as well. So, he is also 24. That's the key to this one, is that Everton are looking at players who are like 30, 31, 32. They need to get someone younger who is going to be in the defence for a long time. Now, the only thing I can think of is maybe they're waiting until, the crazy prices have gone. However, we move on to Olsen. He's getting linked to West Ham, and that is because they need to get a new left-back. Obviously, Cresswell is injured. That was actually put in my comments, so thanks to that guy. I kind of had a hint that he was going to be injured. That was the case. That's why they were going for a left-back. I think I read it somewhere, but I didn't know it was going to be for 4 months. So West Ham needs to sign a left-back who was going to pretty much play in the start of the Premier League up until, say, January. Olsen, he looks like he's got really good stats. I think he wasn't a bad player for Norwich. He got caught out of position a few times, and that's something that Bilic will probably get the best out of him in, is making sure he sticks to his position and obviously works hard for the team. So it wouldn't be a bad signer for me, and it would be an interesting FIFA card to stay in the Prem. Nice little cheap beast by the looks of things. Next up is Fonte. Now, this is why I mentioned the age thing with Everton centre-backs that they're going for. They're going to go for Fonte and offer £9 million. Now, £9 million for Fonte would be a great deal. Let's be honest, a player of his quality would be a good sign. He seems to get better with age. He's 32, and, to get him for that would be a good deal. You get a good season or two out of him for nothing. And I say he's getting better and better. So, Koeman knows him a lot, and he was one of Southampton's best players last season. I think it would be a nice little deal. I just think Everton needs to go for younger centre-backs as well, though. Speaking of a younger centre-back, McNair, the Manchester United centre-back, is on a target for Burnley and Celtic. Both of those are interested. I think it would be an initial loan deal. Now, obviously, Manchester United are willing to have a little bit of a clear-out, but I think McNair will go out on loan, and he'd probably get more games at Celtic, I'd say, out of those two, if anything. Next up is Idrissa Gueye. The interest in him is really hotting up. Obviously, Marseille initially had a 7.1 million transfer bid accepted, because obviously Aston Villa have to accept it. And then it was Everton, and I thought he was travelling to Everton to discuss personal terms. I think he was. And now West Ham are ready to steal in with a 7.1 million bid as well. Next up is Drinkwater. Yes, that is a Tottenham badge that he has got. They are apparently going to ready a £20 million bid to test Leicester's resolve. It's an interesting one because Leicester do have, obviously, Dyer and Dembele playing as that centre defensive mid. Unless he wants to push Dembele up a bit and have Drinkwater come in, I think he should be a squad player for me. I don't think you actually get in the team in front of those two, I say, unless he pushed Dembele forward. Next up is a deal from the rest of Europe. Blaszczykowski is actually going to Wolfsburg. That is a done deal. It's an interesting one. It's included in here because he was linked to Liverpool, and obviously that will now not be happening. Next up is Rafa Silva. He's getting linked to a move to Tottenham as well. A 10 million fee is touted for this guy. Now, that's incredible for a player who had a team of the season last season for Braga. Obviously, he's only 23 as well, which is an interesting one again. The prices that people are paying these days for players of his age is just insane, that he is apparently available for £10 million. And if I was Tottenham, I would definitely snap him up. You cannot argue with a £10 million fee for a player like him. Next up is Oscar. Conte is apparently allowing him to leave, and £30 million is what's getting touted for him. Inter Milan are interested in getting him. Lukaku is next up. Chelsea are preparing a fresh new £68 million bid. That's why he features again, to buy him back from Everton. Obviously, Everton won a £75 million fee. However, Chelsea going in with £68 million kind of sees like an agreement between like a £70 million mark, which would be an insane amount of money to pay. It's crazy how much, Chelsea and Man U are going to pay for players who they already had. Let's not forget Lukaku was a Chelsea player. Obviously got sent on loan a few times, then obviously went permanent to Everton for about £30 million. So it's a £40 million loss, essentially, for a player who's gained a few years as well. So that's just mental for me. Obviously, Pogba is a £110 million loss, essentially, for Man U as well. But I think Lukaku would be very, very good at Chelsea being the main man, and that's what he needs to be. Next up is Embolo. Obviously, he's now a Schalke player. However, he's been put in because Mourinho was apparently desperate to land Embolo for Manchester United. But Schalke ends up going in for him really, really early and getting a done deal, which was a very clever move of them. Diame is apparently heading back to the Championship. Newcastle have triggered his £4.5 million Hull release clause, which leaves Hull with even less players and even more of a headache. Obviously, Diame was one of their standout players last season. And we end on AU, obviously getting linked to West Ham. They have now matched Swansea's valuation, which is a £20 million fee. Great deal for Swansea to get $20 million off a player they got for free last season. However, I do worry because they are going to struggle selling all their best players. That's what the team will look like. Obviously, Oscar being the main one to leave. A few nice players such as Rafa coming in and Martin Zindi. But guys, if you did enjoy it, let's try and get 10 likes as always. And I shall see you tomorrow for the next video.